Ms. Castor, you're recognized for your opening testimony.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, members. It's a pleasure to be back here in the Rules Committee. Well, it's February 1, and what we have here is a Valentine from the extreme MAGA Republicans in the Congress to big oil and gas, and sometimes your unbounded ardor causes you to do irrational things like violate your own rules. I mean, this is a rush resolution, hasn't been to committee, and it is chock full of misinformation and untruths. The truth is that the Biden policies on energy are serving our constituents very well. Gas prices are down, clean energy is up. As my colleagues noted, oil and gas production by the U.S. is at record levels. But we have an emergency on our hands, and it's an emergency of the climate. There is no mention in this love letter, in this Valentine to big oil and gas, of the cost of climate to the folks we represent back home. Just last year, the climate impacts in 2023 cost Americans $92 billion in extreme events. This was unprecedented. We had over $28 billion disasters strike the U.S. We're talking extreme heat. For example, in the Phoenix area, they saw a record July average in Phoenix of over 100 degrees. Louisiana, Massachusetts, Texas, Mississippi, New Hampshire had their hottest years ever on record. In my neck of the woods, mega storms, these more intense hurricanes. You know, at the Fort Lauderdale airport, they had one day with 25 inches of rain. So you saw the airplanes that couldn't even park because of the extreme floods, droughts. The Mississippi River is at low levels, the lowest level in Memphis, Tennessee, and in Arkansas. That is impacting power production. That's impacting the ability to transport food. We have a severe drought in Lake Mead, Lake Powell, also impacting hydropower and the ability for people to get their drinking water. These climate impacts are going to continue to become more severe unless we cut pollution. And the good news is that we are doing both at the same time. We are being able to provide emergency supplies when Europe needed it, but now Europe has said we're set. We don't need any more gas. We already have so many LNG terminals in the pipeline that a lot of experts are saying we're overbuilt. So I hear the consternation of, gosh, the administration has put a temporary pause on some LNG terminals. But like I said, a lot of experts say these are overbuilt, we don't need them, and it is appropriate now for the administration to consider all of the impacts, not just, gosh, does it impact the bottom line of polluters? That's not the only consideration that should be analyzed by the United States. You need to consider, gosh, is this a way to help consumers? Is it a way to avoid these costly climate impacts? Is it a way to bolster our national security? So, Mr. Chairman and members, this is not ready for prime time. Like I said, these kind of love notes and Valentines don't serve the American people well. Instead, we need to be focused on doing everything we can, like the Biden administration is doing, like we did through the Inflation Reduction Act, the bipartisan infrastructure law, expanding cleaner, cheaper energy, providing our communities greater stability over time, reducing costly climate impacts, and really working in the public interest. So I urge you all to go back to the drawing board. This love letter, again, I think it shows the unbounded ardor. There's this irrational response. It's not, it doesn't serve Americans well, and I urge you to defeat it today.